Hey y'all, happy Sunday. I hope y'all had an amazing trading week, everything. Today we're just going to show you guys how I chart support and resistance, supply and demand, everything like that. I had an amazing weekend, y'all. I literally just left from the gym. I got my mile under 15 minutes, which I've been working on for 6 months, which is like under 15 minutes is a milestone for me. I also got some Chipotle, and a Poppy. Poppy is literally just not to get distracted, but like Poppy is that girl. But we're gonna hop on the charts, get ready for the week. I have a feeling this week's gonna be good. So we're just gonna hop on the charts and start charting. I usually chart on ES, but since my levels are still very, very, very valid on ES right now, we're gonna chart on NQ. Switch it up. Keep the enemy confused. It's basically the same thing. They mostly trend together either way. Sometimes they divert, but for the most part, they trend together. So we're gonna use NQ for today because I don't want to clear my levels off of ES and knowing that they're still valid. So we're gonna use NQ. Let's switch over. We're gonna get through charting today. Okay, so we're here on ES, and like I said, my levels are so valid that I'm not going to delete them yet. This trend line is invalidated. I can go ahead and delete her off, though. So we're going to use NQ. Right now, ES is trading in this flag kind of thing, so I'm expecting whatever move we get tomorrow morning to be very, 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 very aggressive, personally, because we are flagging. We are just literally flagging. We've been like that for a little minute. But let's go to NQ, make sure I have nothing on my chart so we can quite literally start from scratch, Shouldn't take us too long. I'm really hungry and I would like to eat my Chipotle, so I like to start on the daily here, and what I'm looking for on the daily is I'm looking for support and resistances, supply and demands. That's really it. We're looking for that on every single chart. So right here, this is a support. So I like to call it a daily support. And I just want to say, when I put a support on my chart, a line like this, when I'm in the market, I'm not just looking at that singular line. I want people to know that my supports are zones. I just mark it as a line, but I expect it to react in somewhere in that range. So this is just a rough estimate. So I like to plot this as my support here, and for the resistance, I'm just gonna plot it somewhere. It's like right here, and I'll call this my daily resistance. So that's what we got going on right now on the daily. So off the bat, there is a supply zone right here. And this is how I plot my supply zones. I take this horizontal thing here and I just mark it like this. So I like to take the top of the candle, like the body. I don't like to do the wick right here. I kind of like to get the body just to kind of give me a better entry with better, with a better stop loss, like a better R. So that's how I like to do it. So I'll call this it's really messing with me right now, a daily demand open. So daily demand open, and then we'll come down here and call it I'll go to bottom wick on this case. I'll call it a daily demand close. So that's what we got going on right there. And for this zone here, we do have kind of this supply zone. I'm just not going to chart it. It's too big of a zone for me to respect personally. It's just too risky, and I just don't want to chart that. That's just me personally. So I'm also going to take this right here as a level. I'm just going to call it a daily SNR because it can act as support or resistance. We can't read the market. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I will plot this demand down here. So and I'll call it a lower daily demand. And then obviously it is the open. Ooh, child, I'm struggling. Open. If y'all hear my washing machine, I'm drying clothes, y'all. I'm so aggravated with my washing machine. It didn't even like, and I'm just gonna get the body in this case, y'all, because we have, let me explain myself. We have this demand zone here as well, so I'm just gonna get the body in this case. This demand zone is too close to this demand zone. I feel like it'll just slice through it, so I'm just not gonna chart that one. And then there's also one down here, so technically, to be a little smarter, I should probably kind of extend it. I should probably extend it to about this candle closure. All right, that's what we're gonna do, and I'll call this the lower demand close. So if this demand right here is invalidated, then I'll expect price to kind of come back down to this demand. So that's all I'm gonna do for that, and I'll also put this as an SNR as well. So daily SNR. But yeah, my dryer has been tripping recently, and it's kind of aggravating, but it's okay. So now we're on the 12-hour. So you can see right here we have a demand zone, but we already kind of marked it. It's already our daily demand. There's no point of remarking it up again. We come down here. We also have a demand zone. It's a engulfing demand zone. Therefore, this zone here that I marked previously is still valid, and I think it's more valid than marking this whole freaking thing. Over here we have a demand zone. No point of us marking it because look, we're already in it. So we have demand zones within demand zones. It just makes my lower demand on the daily much more valid. So I'm just not gonna mark them. I'm not gonna mark this because it's way too small. I'm not gonna mark this because it's falling between a support and a resistance. It's no part of me marking it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I could also mark this as a 12-hour supply zone, but I'm not. We're just gonna keep her going. All right. And this is the wedge that I am telling you guys, not the wedge, the flag that we're kind of flagging and kind of doing it up here. So 6 hours, 666. Let's see if we can find some zones. Now here, this is what I like to see. So right here we have a demand zone. We have it fallen between a daily resistance. So it might get a little bit foggy in this region, but that's okay. I'm still gonna mark her up. I'm gonna personally mark her up to the high just because this is the high of Friday. Usually I would probably not mark it all the way up there, but since it's the high from Friday and we're probably gonna end up targeting it if we do trend up there, I'm gonna mark it. So this is gonna be our supply zone, 6 hour open, and then supply zone 6 hour close. And I will also say that this is slash Fridays slash Fridays high. So I'm marking that up. Typers in chats. So I like that zone because girls, it's okay. You're definitely, I feel like a sell-off's gonna come. I'm not gonna jinx it, but it kind of looks like it wants to sell off. Who knows? But let's see if we have any zones. So as you can see, my 6 hour zone is falling into this daily. We have a lower 6 hour here. So I'm thinking, and I'm thinking hard because I'm thinking if I want to mark that up just because it falls in between this daily zone. You know what? I'm gonna mark it. But I'm only marking the body. And this will be our 6 hour demand. All right. So yeah, there's nothing I want to chart at the moment on the 6 hour. So we're going to move down to the 4 hour. 4 hours, the same levels. We have a supply zone here. It's not an aggressive supply zone. You see, we came towards this and we didn't really react. So, and it's invalidated. So I'm not marking that. This right here is also a demand. I really feel like this is about to sell off. It just, no comment. So this right here is a demand zone, but it also got invalidated. So it's no point of us to even mark it. So nothing on the 4 hour for me right now. I'm going to mark this though down here if we do decide to. No, I'm not going to mark it. Not until we start trending down there. All right. And then on the 1 hour, we have a demand right here. And we have a supply right here, already invalidated. And then we have a lower demand here. So I'm going to mark this. And we also have this, but I'm going to eye it as I'm trading, intraday trading. But I'm not going to mark it because it's just not my cup of tea, you know? Just not my cup of tea. I don't like it. No other words than I just don't like it. So this is our, or no, 1 hour demand open. And then 1 hour demand close. And I do not set a daily bias. Like, I don't go into the market and look at having a bias, because I feel like I'm the type of person that will marry that bias all day long. So I just let the market tell me what it wants to tell me. If it's trending in a way and I feel like it's gonna break out towards the other side, I let it tell me what it wants to tell me. I am not going into the market with a bias. I don't think it's bad to go into the market with the bias, but it's just not something I do. We also have a demand here. I also don't really like it. So I like this daily one better, because I feel like we trend down here. It's too short of a stop. And we might come back and test this daily demand. Maybe act this support. I just don't like it. It's too close. 30 minutes. We have this. And we also have this, which is not far away. So I'll mark it. When price is so overextended like it is right now, it's kind of hard to find supply zones other than on like the daily. So like, I can 100% mark this supply zone right here, but 9 times out of 10, we're going to absolutely disrespect it by the time I wake up. So there's no point in me marking it. So if you guys are watching this and you guys are experiencing, you're missing so many zones, it's within reasoning. Like, I'm not going to mark it knowing that 9 times out of 10 is going to be disrespected. I'm just going to have to delete it off my chart in the morning. So only zones that I feel like will be respected are only zones that are going to give me a good R. I mean, that's the way I trade. So this is a 30-minute demand open. All right. And for the 15-minute, I don't really chart on the 15. You can if you want to. I just don't. I like to look at the hourly. The hourly is your best friend. If you're watching this and you're like, what time frame should I use? The hourly with any other time frame, any other lower time frame you want to pair it with, it's the perfect pace. I feel like you avoid fake outs on the hourly. The hourly tells you a story that no other time frame does, in my opinion. I stick beside the hourly. I stick beside her. The 4 hours is just too slow. But the hourly is just like, she just has something. Like, me and her have something. Like, seriously. Like, this right here is a support. If you're trading the hourly, I took this trade. If you were trading the hourly, you was like, dang, that's a support. Let me take along. And I literally took that trade. And it's just crazy how much information you can get from the hourly once you master the hourly. Look at this right here. We had a resistance on the hourly, and then look, we broke out. So if you looking at this and you like, man, we breaking out of this resistance, you already know 9 times out of 10 that resistance about to flip to be support. And look at that. It became support, and we kept on going long. It's just stuff like that the hourly tells you. It just tells you a story that you will not get on any other time frame, in my opinion. So, yeah. 30-minute, we got this demand zone here, which I said I didn't like. And I was looking at like, why didn't I mark it? But I don't like it. And then 5-minute, when it comes to 5-minute demand zones and lower time frame demands and supplies and support and resistances, I don't like them as much. I'm not saying I do not trade them, because I do trade them occasionally. I just don't. They fake out too much, and I'd rather sit down on my diamond hands, and wait for a higher probability demand or supply or support and resistance to play out. That's just me. Sometimes I do, if price is just really trending, I will take a lower time frame supply and demand. But other than that, I like to sit on my hands, waiting for like these higher time frame demand zones and resistances to play out will give you so much more of a reaction, because you just got to think of it like that. Like, it gives you a better reaction. Like, you would get a reaction out of a lower time frame demand zone, but it's just not nearly as good of a reaction as a daily. I'm just saying, guys. Don't. So yeah, that's my chart. Nothing else for me to chart here. I got everything I need to be successful for tomorrow, and I'm low-key speed talking because I want to eat my Chipotle. But yeah, that's everything I look for in my chart. Yeah, we're so over. Let me see something. Actually, we're trending normally. What about daily? We're trending normal. We're not overbought or anything. Okay, we're trending normal. It just feels like we're overextended. I just feel like we're overextended. We're definitely going to probably take out these highs and make a new all-time high, which I kind of low-key hate. I hate trading at all-time highs, but it's whatevs. Yeah, that's really it, guys. So hopefully you guys learned something from this video. I am so light orange. I don't know. But hopefully guys, you learned something from this video. I charted that probably really fast. So sorry about that. Yeah. So hopefully you guys have a good trading week next week. Don't know if I'll be doing daily uploads because I have a really busy schedule next week. But I will try to upload when I can. That's all I can say. Thank you guys for watching the video. And if you like this, go ahead and leave it a like, comment, whatever you want to do. Blasey. Yeah. Just go into next week with a clear mind, clear heart. Don't use the word I can't, because you can. Okay? Don't put things in your vocabulary. There's power in the tongue. Don't say I can't. You can. Best of luck to you guys, and God bless. See y'all guys later. Bye-bye.